Hi, so this is Future CJ. I'm editing the podcast right now, and as I was listening to it, I realized that my audio quality is pretty awful. So just be prepared for that. It's just me. I don't think I plugged my microphone in correctly. Either that, or I just did not put the input in Discord correctly. I'm not exactly sure what went wrong, but my audio is just a little quiet and not that sharp, so I'm sorry for that. In future episodes, I'll just make sure that I have it correct or whatever, but just be prepared for that. Also, this podcast really picks up after, like, I would say 25 ish minutes. The first 25 is still good. I'd recommend you listen to them, but if you just want to get to the best parts or whatever, or if you want to skip out on one of the episodes, this might be the one just because of my bad audio quality. But besides that, still pretty good. Anyways, I think I'm gonna shut up and just let you guys listen to it. Uh, this is me in the future again. This is not the actual podcast. Anyways, this was also recorded multiple weeks ago. That's why I haven't uploaded anything. I also have another podcast and a video unedited that I'm gonna get out pretty soon. I've just been busy with school and stuff, but I have two of those sitting in my hard drive waiting to be edited and put out. So yeah, I guess I've just been slacking lately, or more likely, just a lot of schoolwork. Uh, yeah, please enjoy this episode of the Low Ground Podcast.
I'm alive, and so is everyone else here at the Low Ground Podcast. Today we have an absolute banger of an episode for you. We are going to be discussing absolutely gut-busting, hilarious, guaranteed 99% fail, try not to laugh challenge of school stories. It's gonna be a fantastic time.
If you don't
And-
laugh, we will pay you.
Yes.
No one commented how long their stanky leg was, and that makes me upset.
It makes me upset.
All things act like there's like a large group of
I'm
people.
officially 100% certified upset.
All right. So, funny school stories. Who wants to go first?
Grady.
I think Grady
Grady volunteers his trivia.
Yeah, he's been here for 2 episodes. In Return of the King, he's back. He's the first member of the Low Ground crew.
Well, I mean, I pooped my pants in first grade.
Oh, elaborate. Tell us the full story.
Me
too. Pretty
See,
awesome.
the thing is, so I had to go to the bathroom, and for some reason, I feel like this kid was in the bathroom all day. I don't know why. I don't even remember like what really happened, but my teacher was like, "All right, it's the end of the day, guys. They're about to call buses," and I'm like, "Okay, I could just hold this in till we get home." And so I'm sitting there waiting for them to call buses, and I just like feel this sensation of just like letting go, and I'm like, "Just happened." I feel on my pants, and I'm like, "Oh crap!" And so I'm like, "I want to get out of here
Crap.
before anyone notices it."
Oh crap.
Well, yeah. There's always. I think I never peed myself at school personally, but you always knew when
Okay,
some
yeah,
kid
you're
did it.
better than us.
There was this one kid that came out of the bathroom in like first grade that you knew who it was and when it was because
Yeah,
they would
you
come out of the
knew
bathroom.
it. You
They
knew.
would just whisper something in the teacher's
Yeah.
ear and they'd be like, "Go down to the office and get a new pair of pants."
Like a Target bag.
One time, okay, so this is a bit slight off topic. So it's bathroom involved. So like back in like elementary school when like all the kids would like climb on the stalls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the cool kids would like grab it and like climb on top of it, right? So I was using the bathroom one day, right, and I put my hands up on top of the two sets. Like I was like with the toilet. Put my hands. That's all I did. I didn't like climb on top of it. I just kind of like just rested my hands up there, right? I'm using the bathroom. A few minutes later, I just hear my CJ and then my last name just being called into the bathroom by like a female teacher or whatever. So I finish. I walk out and I'm like, okay, what the heck's the problem? I'm like in third grade or something, and it's standing there with this lady is this kid, right? And he's just like, he tells me his name was Jacob. That's fine. You don't know his last name. That's like the most basic name. Mr. Jacobs tells me you were climbing on the stalls. I'm like, what? No, I wasn't. And she's like, he is an
CJ was
honest boy.
venting.
She's like, he's an honest boy. I trust him, yada yada, and stuff
CJ
like that.
kind of sus.
I was not
CJ
climbing on the
kinda-
stalls. I swear.
You're definitely the
And
imposter.
then she's like, go back to your homeroom. You have lost the privilege. And looking back,
I've lost the privilege of climbing on stalls.
CJ has been
I
ejected.
didn't know it was a
Pretty
privilege.
sure that's a basic right.
I didn't
will
know you
forever-
granted
Like,
us that
earn
privilege.
I will forever hate that
Gosh.
woman. Okay.
In
By the way,
kindergarten, our school was pretty big. It was only kindergarten through 3rd grade, but like our bathrooms were absolutely humongous. So I sit down on the toilet, in kindergarten, and then this other kid walks in, comes in the stall next to me. I don't know what his name was. I don't know what we talked about, but we talked for like legitimately 45 minutes or so. I don't even know what we talked about. I
Those
wish I
bathroom
could tell you.
conversations.
It must have been a rousing conversation. I can't remember if
Yeah.
anyone else walked in when we were talking.
I don't know.
That
At
would
our
be funny
school,
though if someone just like walked into pee and you just hear like an actual
You talking.
conversation coming from the 2 stalls.
yeah.
Like
At our at our school, we had a pretty small bathroom. So if somebody else was in there, you knew. And so I usually try to avoid going to the bathroom at school because I mean this is the bathroom at school.
yeah.
But when I do, there's some pretty cool stuff goes down in there, man. Like
Cool. Define cool.
well,
good conversation. I'm not one of those
Apparently-
people that like smokes in the bathroom. Please don't get it twisted.
apparently, like the girls' bathroom in my high school is pretty much just like therapy sessions, or just like mental breakdowns and stuff like that. I don't know. It's such a contrast from the boys' bathroom, which is it
Girls'
goes from
bathroom.
1 to 100 really quickly.
Girls'
Whereas
bathroom be
apparently-
like, boys' bathroom be like.
Yeah, whereas like I don't know. Apparently, they're just like that's where like the girls go to like settle their emotional issues and just like cry and stuff like that. This is like what I've heard, okay, from friends. I'm not just saying that.
Can you
alright?
imagine a girl that's just trying to go to the bathroom, hearing some girl like sobbing outside? Could you really like take a number 2, hearing somebody just like
I
sobbing?
mean, I'm uncomfortable
outside of your
when I'm taking
stall?
number 2 and there's a guy out there who's peeing. I can't imagine
Honestly.
someone who's just sobbing and working through their life issues while I'm trying to take a crap.
I cannot even imagine that. That was
I
I
cannot
have friends-
fathom.
I have friends who are girls that would just go into the bathroom just to do TikToks to
Oh my
avoid
gosh,
class.
that's so annoying, dude. There was this girl. No, not just one. There's never just one. First of all, it's
Always
always
2 there are, no more, no less.
no. There's more, definitely more. There's like a flock that go at the same time.
Yes.
It was like towards the end of a period, and it was like around 11 o'clock. And so my teacher would always say that 11:11 was the cursed hour because all the girls would go into the bathroom and take pictures on Snapchat. So,
Cursed.
so that was in like 7th grade, and so to this day, we say whenever it's 11:11, people will still say something like 11:11, or make a wish.
Why is it that? Yeah, is it because like Snapchat and stuff? Because girls never go to the bathroom by themselves. I've
No.
noticed that at camps, at school, just whatever.
It's like a
confuses me.
one
I'm gonna be
person
quite. I'm
bathroom.
just gonna be blunt here. I don't know if this is just me, but if I'm a dude, by the way, if you couldn't tell by my voice, I don't think I would ever, like in my life, there's maybe like one scenario where I could see myself going to the bathroom with another dude. Like
Boy.
yeah.
No, when
I
the
don't wanna
bathroom
go
goes
with Jag. That,
Question. Do girls go to porta pots together?
I wouldn't be surprised. Like,
I mean,
Honestly,
it's
though.
probably not. But if that happened, I wouldn't be like shocked.
I wouldn't be
I wouldn't be
shocked.
like. I'd be like, yeah, okay, that sounds about right.
yeah, dude, I
While
don't
we're
know.
still on the topic of bathroom, I heard this story in elementary school. I don't know if it's true. I'm guessing
Lord.
it's not.
It's not.
But apparently,
In elementary school, it's not.
apparently this
Keep
one
going.
kid, he climbed up on the stall, and like the ceilings, they were like, you know how it's like there's like a bar, and then it's like the ceiling, and then a bar like that connects it, you know, sort of thing. Well, he put his fingers like in between, like in the ceiling, and he he climbed into the girl's bathroom and climbed above one of the stalls that this girl was in and just looked at her. This girl like screamed. Like,
That's some like Mineta level stuff right there. Anyone gets that reference?
That any elementary school kid would have enough brain power to do that.
Yeah.
that's pretty big.
The amount of muscle power and brain power combined it would take to do that is just like
That's like
too much
that's
for
awesome.
That kid's
anyone under
like
the age
It
of
It
like
wasn't the
8.
kid, it was the teacher.
I had a funny story, but I forgot what I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
me too.
Oh God.
I know the bathroom was a weird place when I was in
So many
elementary
funny
school.
stories.
Okay, no, I do remember this. Okay, so we had like a motion sensor light in our bathroom, right? So me and the boys would be going on, like strike missions, like stealth missions, and trying to go into the bathroom without turning the light on.
Oh.
Like without fail, every time we would try. And oh my gosh, that was just one of the things that went down. I remember sometimes my friends, we would like me and the boys would be in there during the bathroom breaks because there was bathroom breaks in elementary school before the teachers were like, if you're not back in 1 minute, I'm gonna. So
Yeah.
me and the boys were all in there, and they were like, hey, let's pound our chests, and whoever's the loudest is the strongest. And I'm like, dang, kind of stupid. So I figured out like midway through the year after being like the least loud chest pounder, that there was a spot in the bathroom that echoed the most, and so I just went over there and started having at it, dude.
And that's why Josh has a concave chest and like a.
And
half
to
of
this
my
day.
half of my intestines were damaged, respiratory organ.
Oh, my entire respiratory organ.
But dude, teachers are so stingy about when you go to the bathroom. Like even in like middle and high school, like I mean I can't really speak for that.
Bathroom during lunch.
No.
The bathroom during lunch.
Yeah, they're like, why didn't you go to the bathroom during the break? And I'm like,
Like,
first of all, have you seen it during
I
the break?
didn't have to
Second,
go then.
I didn't have to go during the break. Like we're 30 minutes into class, and you're like, why didn't you go to the like? Shut up.
So this happens at basically every middle school. But have you ever had like some like sixth graders spray copious amounts of Axe in the bathroom?
Oh, dude.
The
Oh man.
locker room too.
Sometimes you just walk in there and just be like, especially that's
It do
mostly a
be
locker
like that.
problem. That's a locker room problem,
No, I had it in the
especially.
when I remember like walking down the hallway in sixth grade, and oh my gosh, you couldn't even open your mouth. You could taste it. It was
Dude.
so bad. It's Axe.
A lot
down
of
the
people
hallway.
think
Don't use Axe, kids. Like it doesn't smell terrible, but too much of it smells terrible.
yes, a lot of people seem to think that just using some cologne is using copious amounts of cologne
using a
is
bottle.
a perfect substitute for taking a shower. Let me tell you, it's not.
It's not.
I'm
That's
just gonna
just
say
like
right now, if there's any misconception out there, if anyone needs that to be cleared up, it is not. I can
It's
tell you
not.
You're
then
totally
then
right.
it just smells like you have body odor and cologne on at the same
that.
time.
Body odor and cologne.
And as we all know, that's the perfect mix. I remember at a camp one time, I had to put my dirty clothes somewhere, so I had this trash bag, right? And at the end of the week, I just bring it home. So my fifth grade brain, I think it was in fifth grade, thought, hey, it smells pretty bad. What if I sprayed my deodorant on it?
Oh gosh.
The smell coming from that was worse than anything ever seen on this planet or any planet in the universe. It would literally just, like my friends would literally go over to it just to try to make each other smell it.
You almost got the cheese Dutch.
Kind of crap that guys do.
Yeah,
It's like just so stupid. I was a really stupid kid, by the way. Like,
yeah.
I was. Just in general. And I'm still technically a kid. You know what I mean? Like,
We're all men here on the low ground.
If you're still a minor, at what point do you become a man?
A man,
I would say,
Illegal adult.
well,
you must be swift as a what is it called?
your brain doesn't fully develop until around age 25. So biologically speaking, then. But like, I don't know. I would say that like you stop like feeling like a kid as much around like 15. I would say. I don't know. I feel like even when I was 14, I still like felt like a kid.
Yeah. Okay.
Peyton's breaking up.
So
Oh crud! I just
Here-
revealed
here-
my age to everyone.
here's my tidbit about society. Okay, there's a certain age
Sorry.
where you don't really know your relative age to everybody else because you're so young. You just think everybody's like huge. There's an age where you start to think that you're the oldest person alive, and then
Yeah.
then you start to simmer down. But there's definitely a phase where you're like, dude, I'm like 11 years old. I'm the oldest person on the planet.
That's kind of facts.
I'm the
I
oldest
remember thinking,
person
like fifth
to
graders
ever
were, like,
live.
so huge.
10-year-olds pulling up to senior girls like.
I know you're obsessed with me.
I
Why don't you just come out and confess it?
know you've been watching my Fortnite streams.
I know you're gamer unicorn 6969. You can't hide that from me.
I think that well, Gamer Unicorn. I think that's like an actual tag of. Have you guys heard of bullyhunters.org?
Oh, hold on, isn't that like a thing where they'll like
Okay,
go into a
so-
game where there's cyberbullying?
Yeah.
and, like,
So this is the most hilarious thing on the planet. Okay. So there's this thing called bullyhunters.org. So if you're being bullied in a video game, they use CS:GO as an example. They said invite them to your game. They'll kill the bully and just leave a little message saying don't bully them. And so this is
Kill the bully.
this is like the dumbest plan for multiple reasons. Number one, you can just mute the person, and then the problem solved, or just leave the game.
yeah.
Other option, I mean not the other option, but other thing is that people can't join competitive matches, so you're kind of.
I also feel like you think the bully's gonna learn his lesson because some
Yeah.
bot comes in the game and is like, "Hey, please don't bully Epic Gamer 64, please."
It's like those posters in school that are just like,
Slayer.
this is a bully-free zone. Like, what are the bullies gonna do? Like,
Bullies when they see an anti-bully poster, well, guess I'll leave.
Well, I'll stop bullying.
Guess I'll stop being a bully.
Understandable. Have a nice
day.
Dude, the way back to schools, the way schools deal with bullying sometimes is pretty BS. Like
It's those dude.
oftentimes the kid that's getting bullied gets in more trouble than the actual person that's bullying.
I know.
yeah,
Hey yo,
I don't
are
know.
you bullying? Don't do that.
And there's also like just among peers and stuff, like there's just this toxic environment of snitches get stitches. So if you're getting harassed by somebody and you tell the teacher,
Yeah, if anyone's
Yeah.
listening, absolutely tell the teacher. You bring down the authority on that piece of garbage. Don't worry about other friends.
Also-
say. Bring the full force of the tsunami upon your oppressors.
also if you let too much build up, it can just lead to a lot more frustration and even potential bullying. So like first of all, if you're a bully, get off the channel, but first share it with your not bully friends. But if you're getting bullied, then like again, back to society, like dude, tell an adult. Don't know what
Tell
else
him
to
to
tell
stop.
you. Just yeah, have you asked them to politely stop?
I don't know. I remember like I had a guy that always picked on me like in sixth grade. Eventually there was like a breaking point and he got taken care of basically.
Yeah. Also,
But-
CJ got freaking ripped and just started like
Oh yeah, I
punching people in the parking lot.
I turned
Yup.
into the Hulk.
He
Just
turns
started
into the Incredible.
annihilating.
The bullied became the bully.
The bully has
know.
become bullied.
Random off topic. Have you guys seen History of the Entire World? I guess.
I think so. A
Been a
while
while.
ago. It's been a
It's been
while.
a while.
You know, that little clip in there where he goes, "Society." I feel
I
like
did
that would be a
not.
fantastic little snippet
To put in the
for
video.
like every time we
I
say.
can get like a little soundboard, like put like Discord shortcuts on my keypad and just like play them whenever.
That would be pretty cool.
Yes.
I have a friend who knows how to do that. I'll figure that out. That'll be my next project.
Society. Sorry, I was a
No.
little out of tune there. I haven't warmed up, so.
Me. Do re mi fa
Speaking of which, that's a great segue. I was recently made co-section leader of my section in choir, and I'm only a sophomore, so I have no idea what's going on.
Dang, co-section leader. Group
Listen,
of
hey,
the band,
if I
that's
was a
insane.
choir person and knew what that was, I'd be impressed.
Hold on, so the sections are just like divided by like, you're like it's like alto, soprano, bass.
Yeah,
Stuff like that.
yeah. So like, soprano, alto, tenor, bass, and our school's split up in half, like on what's it called, on Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday. Some people go in, then Monday, Wednesday, other people go in. So like half of our choir is in my class. So really, it's me and 2 other people, and I'm co-section leader of 3 people, but I'm still kind of stressing about it. So I have to know the music really well.
Yeah.
I don't really know music that well.
Maybe you shouldn't be co-section leader. You should just
Yeah,
pull
maybe
up
not.
and in your note of resignation right now say, I don't know music very well. Sorry. And
That's
just
facts.
Get out of there. Nah, you'll probably be fine. Probably do great. But
I hope.
if not, who else are they gonna replace you with? Well,
That's true.
it's probably like 2 freshmen on the
It's actually 1 freshman and then me and this other sophomore, and we're the
Are you
co-section leaders.
Is it like kind of like a joke or a meme to like bully the freshmen?
Not really, actually. We
It's
have a
kinda like
really great environment.
We don't actually bully the freshmen in my school. It's just a joke. We're like
Yeah.
the freshmen. But like they know we're
Out-
joking and like we're cool with them. It's not.
Yeah. Outside of Cantorum, definitely. But like
Bullying is not
there, it's so like such an overwhelming environment. Like it's such a high level music class. It like nobody even thinks of being mean to them, except this one guy named and he's kind of a jerk. But
Wait, his actual name is Is this like as in the Dumb and Dumber guy?
no, his name's but everyone just calls him.
What does he look like?
I'm kind of scared of him, but I mean he's not gonna mess with me now because I told him off last year. But like
Big man
me
on
and he
campus.
bullied me and the other freshmen for a bit. I'm not sure if it was a joke or not. He's like this giant fat kid. And he was a junior last year. Now he's a senior.
Be watching this like.
Future employers are gonna find you
Dedicated
this,
follower
and
channel.
you're gonna absolutely wrecked.
Yeah, replace the parts where he says his name with, I don't know, some meme.
Society.
Society. Yeah, replace it with
Society.
Is that worth it though? Is it really worth it?
Is it really? Yeah, dude. Shoot. I'm trying to think. I had something to say about school. Oh yeah, so back to what you're saying about like the like this environment of like not being hazed by. Maybe it's just because most of my section is like pretty introverted, but like I haven't gotten really hazed at all. Like as a freshman.
Like even when I was in school, like hazing the freshmen wasn't really a thing.
Yeah. Kind of wish somebody would just kind of like beat me into a pulp as a joke, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, bullying isn't really like as much of a thing. It's actually
Well,
my
kinda
school's
is, though,
not
like-
like I don't know.
Yeah. There's honestly, dude, you can quote me on this. Put this on, dude. Bullying is kind of cringe.
I mean, honestly,
Josh,
That's
That's a bold
I'm
statement.
cringe.
Josh takes a stand against bullying.
Oh,
You sure you want that quoted?
Bullying no more.
Kinda cringe.
Listen,
people are
you're gonna
gonna
get a fat cringe from me on that
make sure
one.
not to leak your address, or else people are gonna come to your house and riot. Bullying's
but-
not cringe.
At what point do you have to like harass another person with them probably asking for you to stop, like to make yourself feel better about yourself?
I mean,
They
probably have issues. They
Like
probably
if
have,
somebody's
problems.
being a jerk to you and you're being a jerk back, I guess that's like something more acceptable. But like if you're just harassing somebody, I only bully people that can take it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
like little kids and elderly
And-
people. You know what I'm saying?
Disclaimer.
I only bully people
Every-
when they deserve to be bullied. You know.
I'm trying to think what other weird stuff has happened in the bathroom. Like I know we've kind of veered off of that, but there's definitely gonna be some shoot.
I
I
love when
mean-
people tie paper towels
I mean,
around the automatic.
most of the time I can't even see what's going on in there because there's just a giant like red vape cloud. I can't really
Yeah.
speak much to it. I did see some interesting vandalism one time in one of the stalls about our principal, but I can't really say it here.
Yeah, there was some weird like posters who hung up in the bathroom too. Wasn't too bad. But it was, like there's that group of kids at the high school, like
Yeah.
they're the ones that don't have the best grades, that don't have the best relationship with the teachers, and you're like 95% sure they do drugs. You know those guys?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do know those guys.
Yeah.
I am those guys.
I,
That was a
Of
joke.
course I know.
Of course I
Like,
know.
The stereotypical school bully from like every movie.
Really, it's just like those weird kids who are like for the most part friendly, but like are pretty self-absorbed and don't really care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel you.
Wouldn't recommend being them.
I would not recommend being those people.
Well, okay,
No.
1
so
out of 10 recommend.
speaking
One
of
time-
okay, good.
One time I just walked into the bathroom, right? Because I had to go to the bathroom. I hear this kid groaning in the stall. I'm like, what is going on in there?
Hey, dude, when a guy's having
He's
good poop,
dropping
you
it.
leave him
A fat
alone.
one in there.
You
I-
leave
I
him to
under-
finish his poop alone.
I understand,
Just don't interrupt
but
it.
it was to the next level. He was like,
Dude's just
I
got
was
a
He must have
full
moaned
pile
at
of
least
Oh.
this
sandwich.
loud.
So one thing I read online, the people
Did I
online-
tell you guys I found out what that's from? The moaning guy?
what?
I think I
What?
told Peyton this.
What's
The one where the guy's like, you must have moaned this loud, and then he moans really weirdly.
No.
I know what it's from now. Okay, this goes back to driving school. So me and
Oh,
my
boy.
friend are sitting through 24 hours of driving school.
That's one does.
4 hours this one night, and then we're watching this video on like a court case about some guy in a Lamborghini like swerving out of his lane and smashing into a van, and this guy and his wife getting killed by it. Very tragic. So like it's not funny, but they're in the court, and the guy who first found the van with the people inside of it was giving testimony, and he was talking about like what the people in the van were like when they first found them, and it was the guy, and he was talking about how the guy was moaning before he died. It's like, oh my
Oh my
god!
gosh.
But that I had a hard time not laughing because like that's what it's from.
Slow.
We were
Oh god, I don't know.
Now I
That's
feel
dark.
bad for laughing.
That's
Oh
that's
god.
okay.
Pretty dark. Yeah.
Okay, that's wow.
Well, let's move on
Casey,
from
you didn't
that
have to
topic.
add dark context to mean that we were already laughing at.
Yeah.
well, you know, gotta
Yeah.
understand.
Driving school does show some pretty horrific stuff. They really do
Yeah.
scare you into not like being stupid while you're driving.
Wear a seatbelt.
It
That's-
shocks me that there's still people that do stupid stuff while driving after going through that.
Yeah, really.
I'm not gonna get into it. There's only 2 people here that really understand, but
Yeah, and I don't
Yeah.
feel like watching those videos again, especially people
Yeah.
like how messed up they are after car crashes. Like I don't want to think about it. Be safe.
Nope.
Be safe around trains. A message from Metro.
Yeah, we're
buckle up,
sponsored.
kids.
You're
I
no
love
Okay.
taking
give.
those trains. I see a train coming, I speed up. I'm like, yo, I'm
This
gonna
is
beat
it.
this
No,
train.
dude. Okay, that's like one of the first things they taught us was that like trains, they don't look like they're going very fast, but they're going super fast. There are
They're
apparently
booking it.
people who try to like actually go around the thing that goes down to keep you from going on the train tracks, and that like causes death like instantly. Like that's people actually try to like outrun the train by going across the tracks quickly, and that's resulted in so many
You
kills.
Lightning McQueen.
So don't
Like-
unless
I
unless
am
you're Lightning
Speed.
McQueen. Don't-
Ka-chow.
No, that's like Lightning McQueen versus that like big turbine thing or whatever that was
Frank. Frank.
like yeah
Frank.
that big thing that was trying to eat them. That's like
That
you.
was
Oh,
the
That's
yeah.
most
Frank.
intense and exciting scene in a movie as a kid.
Right.
Watching that.
just you. The train is Frank and you are Lightning McQueen. You may be mega fast, but he is mega faster.
If
Okay.
he is mega faster, all you gotta say when you're racing a train is ka-chow, and the train stops for you.
You guys were Cars fans as kids, right?
My gosh, I still love
Are
it.
you kidding me?
A lot of people
Dude, I
don't
must
love
have
it,
watched
but
that
I
movie
do
like
love it.
50 times a day.
Honestly, though.
I mean, actually, like maybe a
I'd
couple times a
wager-
month.
I've watched that movie over 50 times.
Oh, it's been more than 50. I guarantee it.
I've
Yeah.
seen it so many times.
Okay, I don't know how we've talked about it a lot outside of the podcast, but we haven't really talked it. The Incredibles is another one. Like Cars and The Incredibles.
No.
was all
We
I
have to have
watched.
an entire episode just about.
Okay, yeah, we'll save that for another
Like,
time. But Cars, we watched a lot of Cars, dude.
We should talk about Cars. What are we talking about weird stuff for?
You remember when
Talking
we
about
listened
boys
to the
and buckling up.
entirety
Let's just talk about the movie Cars.
Hold on,
Exactly,
is
Cars.
Ryan a Cars fan?
Ryan, I don't know. I don't think
Yeah.
he's a hardcore. Is there any hardcore Cars fans in the chat?
I mean, these
Yo,
guys.
Hardcore
bro.
Cars
I'm just
fan.
saying, like, if we talk about a movie, I want to make sure that the entire crew is here.
Is there anybody that's gonna be like, man, I wish I was around when they were talking
We
about
could
Cars.
I mean, if well,
debate about cars.
I mean,
What's
I
there to
would.
debate?
Okay.
Best
I
movie of all
think,
time.
I think Cars is a pretty good movie.
Pretty good.
It's got some flaws, but it's a pretty good movie. I haven't seen it in a while, so I can't give a proper
Yes,
judgment.
you know, honestly, I do agree with that. I think objectively, it's not a perfect movie. It's an objectively good movie, but it's like
Only
one of
fun.
my favorites of all time. I just
It's
love it
really-
so much.
It's such a fun movie
It's
to
a
watch.
fun movie. I'm just mad that Lightning McQueen and the chick never got a kissing scene.
And the
part
chick,
that really-
the chick.
And the chick.
You
Yeah,
sound
lose
like the
sleep
chick
over that.
is like an anime girl fan of Lightning McQueen.
Yes. Dude, Josh sounds like an anime fan. Hey, two
Hey, yo,
characters
chick
of
hicks,
opposite
this
gender are
you?
interacting. Well, they're together now.
It's like
Milo
yeah,
shippers.
between Cars and the Emoji Movie, the two biggest letdowns of no kissing scene.
You just
I
see
want my Emoji Movie kissing scene now.
you just see a
The
YouTube
Emoji
video,
Movie.
the Cars
I
cast
feel bad for
where
kids today. They don't get the same quality movies that we got.
Dude, like,
the Cars
I
cast
grew
where they
we,
are
we all
now.
grew up on like the Disney Renaissance movies.
Yeah,
All these kids are gonna grow up with the remakes that are just so soulless.
they're gonna grow up with freaking Coco Melon. You think our parents never let us listen to that unintelligible?
Detective Pikachu.
No, Coco was actually pretty good. I did watch it.
Pikachu, I've heard, is an alright movie.
I mean, it's Pixar. Pixar is consistently best Pixar movie. In your opinion, what is it?
Too
My
Incredibles.
It's The Incredibles. Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah, it's got to be Incredibles. We'll talk
Yeah,
about that.
Incredibles.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, like,
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille is really
Oh,
good.
Ratatouille is really
I like
good too.
Ratatouille.
I didn't realize how much I liked that movie until I watched it recently. And yeah, I like it a lot.
Same.
I didn't think I would like it. As
My
much.
favorite character is Ratatouille. The little rat chef.
Yes, my favorite character, my favorite game character is Zelda, the one with the blonde hair that you play as.
Yeah,
Um,
that's Link.
Pretty
Stupid.
good chef has to take his creation.
Josh.
I have a tiny
I did that.
little.
Because I did get the joke, and then I.
Linguini sus.
Wow.
Man, yeah, I love how like the movie doesn't even ask you to question the logic of pulling hair and is their arms just moving.
Yeah, it just kind of goes along. I'm kind of glad that they didn't mention the logistics of it, because
We just kinda distracted.
sometimes movies will have like little like nods to the audience, like
Yeah.
what?
Glad
How is this
Remy
even possible?
couldn't talk to Linguini. Like,
That
I'm
was
glad
good.
that when like Linguini was like, "Wait, you can understand me?" I'm glad Remy wasn't just like, "Yeah." And Linguini's like,
Yeah,
"Ah!"
bro.
freaks out and falls in river.
and dies.
Yes, sir. I
He will
can hear
join
you.
Casey.
Dude, can you imagine what would animals say if they could talk, bro?
Probably
Phineas and
frick you.
Ferb. The episode Phineas and Ferb.
They probably have some choice words,
I'm
especially
Oh,
like
they-
livestock.
Food. They probably just
Oh God!
pretty hungry, but it's
Yeah.
it's too
Yesterday,
late. I should have gone.
killed
to
my
bed.
Uncle Fred. You
was
want to
like
know
a
how I
father
feel
to
about that?
I loved him like a son.
We'll
He's
be
like
like,
father to me.
we'll be like the funniest thing. Like, you know how like a sheep just goes ba and just variations of that. What's like it's like a chicken or a dog? What's like one thing they could say that'd be really funny just repeatedly?
We should eliminate the middle class. That would be kind of funny. Just every
Think our
time
country
we
should
drive
start
by
moving more towards
we
socialism.
we should eliminate the middle class. We should.
I thought you were gonna say like bruh.
Bruh.
Just
Bruh.
Bruh.
In the future, we will be able to program the things that come out of animals' mouths. And the
Meh.
first thing I'm doing is bruh sound effect.
Bruh.
I'm gonna make my chicken do Darth Plagueis the Wise. Just
I just like dog speak, and the dog will be like, "Have you ever
I mean,
heard the tragedy of dog
If you wake up to the crowing of a rooster, it's basically like setting your alarm. Like, what do you want to set your alarm to? Darth
Oh, that's
Plagueis the
true.
Wise.
I have
Program-
my
program
alarm
your rooster.
as Roundabout, the To Be Continued meme song. So it feels like whatever I was thinking about beforehand is on a cliffhanger.
Wow. Dude, that's the worst when you wake up from a dream and you don't really remember what happened. You just remember what feeling you had.
Yeah, have you guys had any
Yeah.
whack dreams recently? I had a dream the other day. Holy crap, dude! It freaked me out. It felt so real. Basically, the gist of it was that someone told me that multiple universes exist, and ours was one that couldn't survive for whatever reason. It just wasn't able to like survive. I forget the particular wording that they use, but the universe was basically going to end, our universe. And just like I felt like this the pure emotion of just like my life was about to end and everything around me was about to just end. And I woke up and I was like,
I've-
like, you know,
Dude,
it
Yeah.
felt so real.
my dreams be about like waking up and going to the bathroom and
Hate
like
that.
Pretty
Have you ever
interesting dream.
thing where you're trying to wake up in the morning and you like close your eyes, but then you like imagine yourself getting out of bed, and then you
yes,
open your eyes and you realize that you didn't.
yes.
Oh,
Oh,
time-
so
one
do it
time-
again.
I went so far that I was literally downstairs making myself a bowl of cereal. I was about to eat it, and then I literally opened my eyes like, crap, I'm still in bed. And I just wasted like 15 minutes of my day
I can have you
imagining that
beat
I
on
was
that.
making myself a bowl of cereal.
I
I
can
was
beat
on
you
the
on that.
bus
I had a
once.
dream that I was walking down the hallway to my classroom at school after waking up realizing that my alarm had gone off.
Well,
Oof. I'm gonna be honest. I don't have the weirdest dreams. I don't really remember my dreams that much, but I have the weirdest sleeping habits. Like
He
I'm a
does. He
really
sleepwalks.
restless
He
sleeper,
sleepwalks.
and I sleepwalk as well. So like it's I don't know. I freak myself out sometimes because I'll wake up in different places than when I fell asleep or where I fell asleep. Like the other night, I was like stressing about waking up on time for school. It's usually when I'm stressed or like if I'm worried about something in the morning. So like I was stressed about getting up at 6:15. So I go to bed, set my alarm for 6:15, and then I woke up in the middle of my room with the new outfit on that I was wearing when I went to bed and cologne on, and I was combing my hair, and I like looked at the clock and it was 12:15. I was like, what? And I just went back to bed. It's like that stuff happens to me way too much.
No,
It's kinda
like
freaky.
sometimes he'll just like walk into my room in like the middle of the night and just like mumble some random crap. I'm like, Casey, and be like, ugh. And I'll go back to bed. I'm like, Casey, when you wake up in the morning, I'll be like, Casey, you came into my room. I was like, what? No, I didn't. I'm like, oh, you must have been sleeping. Cause he'll just like mumble the most random stuff. It's
Dude,
so
you can be a
funny.
rapper. Write it down.
Yeah.
write that stuff down.
What if it's like
just
actually
literally
like
just gonna be-
Spitfire, like the best, fastest
Yeah,
than
right?
Eminem?
What would you do if Casey just came in your room and just started spitting bars?
You
What
just
would you
you just write Rap God 2.
do?
How
I
Eminem-
can
He just
swallow
wakes up
a
like, yo,
bottle of
what just
alcohol
happened?
without
That was
turning console hit that like
The weirdest thing I think that I've ever done, or at least I've been told I did, was my parents were. This was a long time ago, so I was like going to bed early, like before my parents were, and they were still downstairs watching TV. So we were at our new house though, so I was probably like in like second grade or
What about
something.
the penguin in the
But well,
backyard?
we'll get to that. But anyway, so they told me that they were sitting downstairs at like 10 o'clock, and I had been upstairs for like 2 hours in bed, and so they said that I came down the stairs and started running laps around the first floor of our house. Like you guys have seen it. Like I went all the way around through the dining room and all
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the whole downstairs, and I just kept doing it. And finally, after like 5 minutes, they were like, Casey, Casey, like they kept yelling at me to stop. Like when I went around the living room, and finally they got me to stop, and I just like stared at them and went back upstairs. That's what they said I did, and I had no idea I did any of it. That was what scared me because like I wouldn't know if I like left the house or something.
Yeah, imagine
I
if you
have
just
no
like
memory.
ran into the
You
road.
wake up at a 7-Eleven.
Yeah, I have
Key in your
really
hand.
weird fever dreams. Like Josh can confirm this. But
Yeah, CJ says weird stuff.
like when I'm like sick and I have a weird fever dream, I just go nuts. Like in my own head and like outside of it. I just start
he just starts
Just go
making up
bonkers, dude.
random
Just go
No,
all
like-
out.
like let me give you like an example, right? One time I was laying in my bed. I had a fever. I was sick, right? I had a
These are the
dream.
worst.
I had a dream that I was looking at myself in third person, but I looked like Gumball from the Amazing World of Gumball. I was standing on first base on a standard baseball field. All right, so I'm Gumball on first base.
Not too fun.
Someone walks up to me with a cow. All right, they ask me to count the number.
Naturally.
They asked me to count the number of spots on the cow. I look at it. I get really confused. I feel so overwhelmed and like just like panicked, right? I wake up in just like a panicked fit, like something's freaking wrong with like I'm just like freaking out. And my dad like grabs me. He's like, "CJ, are you okay?" I just start like keep rambling like unintelligible garbage, and he just tells me to take a shower, and that wakes me up.
Dude,
Oh, how,
just
Dad? I'm
the amount
telling
of
you.
spots on this cow freaking broke CJ's.
Dad, I have no
CJ
idea how
tried
many
to,
spots are on this cow.
dude, that needs to be a title of the video. CJ tried to count the spots on this cow and freaking died. Please make that the title of the video.
I
And then
will.
just make the thumbnail, just like have a poorly photoshopped cow, and then just the thinking emoji, but instead of like the face, it's your Echo Loco circle.
Okay.
CJ tried to count all the spots on this cow and freaking died.
Also, guys, I was thinking. So like kind of like the art style that Josh has his logo as, like
Yeah.
that Mario made. I think that we should all like get some sort of like standard logo for each of us to put on the thumbnail to show like who's in that episode. Just like a simple like outline.
Matt, we
Yeah.
have the big picture of all of us on that, right?
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
one that's from. We just need to find it. You know what channel would that be in? Would that be in Bulksta?
Probably.
I can find
Hey,
it.
when it real quick, just tell the story of Bulksta real quick.
quick.
Or like
Oh my gosh, okay.
we
That's
save
such
that
an
for another
inside joke.
time.
I didn't even think about it.
Oh my
Can I
god.
tell it?
Yeah, we can save that for when Ryan too.
Yeah, because like he was
Oh,
there
it's
when it
alright.
started. It's
He was
not
part
that good of a
He
story,
was
but
part
like
of the
it's
rival group.
mildly funny enough that I'd rather have
Dude,
him
can
here.
we talk about Super Duper Pranksters Incorporated?
Dude,
my
I got
God.
elected president one year under the
I
promise that we'd
know,
actually
guys.
do something. Okay, so
That's like
basically,
the pinnacle of like kids being kids.
Remember
It's
we had a
great.
debate?
Yeah.
I feel like we
Super
had a debate and
Pranksters
then an election.
Incorporated was basically we copied the jingle from Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated,
Yeah.
and we were all like, I don't know, maybe like 7, 8.
I think at most I had to have been like 8 or 9.
We'd have been
I was
better.
probably like 5 then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
Or
so
maybe.
we were all like, oh my gosh, dude. Like, it was, whenever we had family gatherings, we'd be like, oh my gosh, dude, we're gonna pull some sick pranks. You know, we're gonna put like salt in people's desserts, even though there's already salt in desserts, so it wasn't exactly a fantastic
We
option.
put like
Like-
put like a hard boiled egg in.
We're gonna
the
put
bowl of
Jello in
Jell-O.
someone's shoes or something like that. But you know what? We were such good kids. We never actually did anything. We were
No.
way
We
too
didn't
scared
do-
to actually do
Yeah, it's
something.
not like we filmed a dead body in a forest or anything like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
the
And
most
then, like,
hardcore
I
thing
got
we
elected
did.
president one year, and, like, I promise you guys that we will actually start doing some pranks. Guess what? We didn't.
We didn't.
Yeah, I think like if Peyton's ever elected into some sort of office someday, all of us will not vote for you because we know you will not follow through.
You won't.
with
To
what
be
you
fair,
We'll
though, it
never
was a
vote.
pretty rousing speech.
Yeah.
I mean, you were running against Ryan. He was like 4, so
True.
didn't really have to be that rousing.
It's probably.
Just clear.
Me, a 6-year-old listening to the political options of eliminating the middle class from Peyton.
I don't know. I think that Ryan and
Pranksters
Peyton probably both had some
Incorporated.
I
Listen,
mean, to be honest, being 4 and 6, you probably didn't know what you were talking
the
about.
sick
regardless.
pranks we will
Yeah.
pull.
No, I
You
just
have
started
no
talking
idea.
really loudly, and it started working.
We will swap the lamp in the living room with the lamp in the bedroom, okay?
Oh,
Telling
man.
you guys, here's
We
what we're
will
gonna do. We're gonna replace the pillowcases in Grammy and Pop's bedroom with the pillowcases in my dad's old bedroom. I'm telling you. It's
Oh
foolproof.
my gosh.
We're gonna put the plastic silverware cups. We're gonna put the fork in the spoon cup.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Dude, somebody's gonna
That's
see a
pretty
fork in a
savage.
spoon cup
Bro,
and
you
be
know,
like,
here's what we're gonna
what's
do.
going on? This is breaking my mind.
This is
Let's
pretty.
make
Go
some
under the
spots on a
table.
cow.
We're gonna go under
I
the
think-
table and start just tapping on people's feet and scare them.
Yeah.
I think no, the thumbnail should the title should actually be how many spots are on this cow. I feel like that would get more clicks.
I don't care about clicks, dude. You think I care how many people listen to this? I'm
That's
strictly making this just for my own enjoyment, so I can look back at this in like 6 years and be like,
It's
"Oh,
already
True.
almost midnight. We should start.
Our
I have a
demographic is.
Alrighty.
Our demographic is ourselves.
Before we go, I
It
had
is
a,
ourselves.
before we go, I had kind of a funny story. So one time when I was a little kid, I was really stupid. I think that we've already
We've covered that.
we've covered that.
Yeah, we've covered.
one time, I think my mom or some for whatever reason we had like some cake or some pie, and we invited some people over, right? And my mom offered them that to eat, and I got very mad at that. So I thought, you know what?
What?
I think Josh, I think you did something. We took some like rubber darts, went underneath the table where they were, and started like throwing them at their feet.
What? When was this?
It was like years ago. Like I
Seems
wasn't even.
logical.
I was
No,
young. I was like 5.
we were in like middle school.
No, and,
That was last year.
It's
I
last
remember
year.
like
No, that was last week, bro.
I remember like I said something like I'm glad you're leaving.
Oh my
to
god.
somebody. I was a
Like, so
really
mean.
stupid petty kid. Okay, like I'm gonna and then like my mom like asked me to apologize to this guy. I just flat out refused. I just
Jeez.
didn't.
I don't remember
What-
this. We're gonna need to talk about this after.
And then it's like write an apology letter to him, of course, because I was a piece of garbage.
CJ makes an apology video.
Yeah. So I think that a large number of colleges just turned down my application because they heard that story.
Oh, we're kind of concerned that you're gonna throw darts at professors' feet
When they're eating.
when they're eating their food. The only thing more deadly than the question how many spots are on this cow is CJ with Nerf darts throwing under a table.
You ever have those like memories you have of like stuff you did like that was relatively recent, but it could have happened years ago that just keeps you awake at night. Like
I
Yeah.
remember
really do.
that cringy thing
Yeah.
that no one remembers you did, but you remember you did.
Yeah,
Those are things you
way
never
too
forget.
much.
I feel
There
like
are way too many things. Dude,
yeah.
I was so cringy when I was a kid, and like
Oh, I'm not the only
there's
one. That
videos of it proving it. And I'm
Oh my
like,
god.
my voice was so high, and I talked like a girl, and I was like,
He stole
Like-
my mom's phone on a couple of occasions to record a video or something.
Okay,
I
it
don't
was of
know.
me running around the house.
guys, while we're
I-
And
confessing,
he acts like
talked
he had an
like
audience.
I just have to say, when we were little, our dad, so we had this like system where if we did something bad, pretty much we got a strike, 3 strikes, and you didn't get to play Angry Birds on our dad's phone at the end of the day. And so, Angry Birds on dad's phone is a pretty special privilege. Right? You had to be a good boy to get that. And so one time, my dad was like saying goodnight to our sister or something and talking with her, and he left his phone on our bed, and I'm like, I had 3 strikes today, but his phone is right there. I was playing some Angry Birds, right? I was just having a good old time, and he walks in and he's like, Josh, what are you doing?
Josh.
And I'm like, nothing.
No, it's
No, what it was
It's
like.
not what it looks like, Dad.
I promise, I wasn't playing Angry Birds, Dad.
Your birds.
That
Oh
game
my
was
Oh,
freaking
dude, I found it. I found the artwork. I found the artwork for the
Okay.
thumbnail. I'm going to screenshot this bad boy. Wow, what a Chad. Me and CJ right next to each other here. Dude, I honestly look like Chad.
Let's actually sign off right here. It's
Yeah.
almost midnight, and we've been going for about 40 minutes. So,
Holy cow.
anyone like? Let's each give some closing statements.
I just,
Good
okay.
night, Seattle.
He says good night, Seattle. I would like to say, Dad, if you're watching this, I'm sorry I played Angry Birds on your phone. That was a terrible lapse in my judgment. I'll do better to be a good boy and not get 3 strikes so I can play with your permission.
I think once you review the evidence, you will come to the irrefutable conclusion that my client is innocent. He was framed by Mr. I don't know, what's a neutral name that I can use?
John Smith.
Johnson, yeah.
He was framed by Mr. Johnson, and he has done nothing to provoke legal action. Thank you for your consideration.
Any other closing statements?
That was a fantastic closing statement.
That was a pretty closing statement. Let me
All
tell
right.
you.
Well, any of you people who watch this all the way through, as in possibly the 5 of us,
Don't be a bully.
Yeah, don't be a bully. That's
Don't be
not
a bully.
epic.
Nah,
Alright.
that's cringe.
Be a wholesome Keanu Chungus redditor. Hug people. Don't
vape.
Yeah.
don't vape, kids. It's not cool.
Also, don't
Men
don't
don't
climb up
vape.
walls in the bathroom.
Yeah,
Apparently.
do not climb up stalls in the bathroom. Don't try to count cow spots. Don't play numbers on your dad's phone. Don't throw darts at people's feet when you're 5 years old.
This is pretty much. This just feels like one of those videos that'll come out like years
Glad
later
you're
from
leaving.
somebody that's like just all their deepest secrets and confessions.
How much like horrendous crap has CJ done to land him in federal prison?
CJ confesses to multiple war crimes on camera.
Throwing darts at people's feet. That could get you kicked out of
confesses to
Harvard,
throwing
CJ.
darts at people's feet.
Yeah,
Saying,
I'm never gonna get
I'm
a
so
Hogwarts
glad you're
letter
leaving.
because of this.
I'm so
Yeah.
glad you're leaving, says CJ, completely oblivious to his rudeness.
Anyways, I'm gonna end it here. We'll catch you guys later. Hopefully, we can get Ryan on the next one so we can have the entire crew. Anyways, thank you for listening and have a good day, or at least an above average one. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
That on low quality podcast.
I got pieces buffs in my bowl. Nowadays on cruise control. I got pieces buffs in my bowl. And just like that, I'm on a roll. Reese's Puffs. Peanut butter chocolate flavor. Reese's Puffs. In the AM, it's the flavor I savor. Peanut butter and chocolate too. You know how I know that's what I wake up to. My Reese's Puffs inspired this rhyme. That peanut butter chocolate combination's on time.